Well, hi there, and welcome to Bella's Vistas. We're in search of sea stacks this time. We'd heard about these and we went on a trip. We got a little bit of a wrong start, went to the wrong place. We went to Tickle Cove and we got some pretty amazing shots there. Saw some wildlife even. It was just great. The sea stacks, well, they weren't all that amazing here. You're going to see the good ones in a little bit. Still, it's very interesting seeing the fog and the mist around these rocks in the distance. Wow, look at this. Really interesting places we've been to. Lots and lots of rocks, sunset, different lighting. The weather is so changeable in the fog. Look at that sun on the big stack there. It's just fantastic. Now we're taking a bit of a hike here. And we're coming out here taking a look at the coastline. It's really pretty. This is what we're looking for. Spiller's Cove, the chimney. There's a write-up about it here and some great pictures. This is a UNESCO site, and look at this road. The unbelievable, horrible bump there just about rattled my teeth loose, but we got over it. And if you know it's there, you just drive around it. I mean, I didn't expect to see it. So windy. It's only about a 5-minute hike up here, 10 minutes maybe. After such an arduous drive, it was a nice little hike to get up here and have a look around. Lots of birds out there too. There's puffins and gannets, and it's really wonderful. This is what we're looking for. Here we are in the bright daylight. That's what it looks like, pretty much of a postcard kind of shot or a calendar shot. Nothing really to write home about, but we're going to hopefully get something interesting. We stayed out here all day, took lots of pictures, and we met some wonderful local people with some stories to tell us. It was just great. So like I said, this is the rock faces that we're looking for, and look at this. Wow, the light's a little bit getting towards sunset and it's really lighting up these rocks. The mist is rolling in. I'm expecting a nice evening. Black and white really brings out the drama of these rocks. There's the chimney again. Fog is coming in. I'm down a lens on this shoot. My 12-40 is broken and I won't have it back maybe until I get back to Ontario in a couple months. I don't know how long it's going to take, but that forced me to use different lenses and different perspectives. Look at this. I'm really liking this view right here. There's my camera set up on the sea stack. That's what I'm trying to get. It's just a tight shot. And if I had my 12-40, I'd have a little more room. This is, I've only got the 40 is as wide as this lens goes, the 40-150, but it's a wonderful lens anyway. It's going to do a good job for me. I'm setting up my exposure. That's my target. That's what I'm looking for. Here I am with my cell phone, checking out my pictures, doing my proofs on the cell phone. Look at this. That's what I'm getting from the cell phone. Pretty wide angle shot. This is with my 7-14 on the camera. That's a really good lens too, but it's just too wide for this purpose. That's back to the 40-150. That's what we want to get. The sun's going down here. It's pretty interesting light on there, really. You can see some of the birds there. We actually got photobombed by a puffin at one point. That should be coming up soon along here. I'm looking at the water moving around the base. I'm thinking about using live ND. There's the puffin. There he is. Little photobomber. Beautiful lighting, I think. I think this is wonderful light here with the fog in the background. Yeah, there I am. The wind is inflating my coat here. It was really, really windy up there. Great shots. Here again with the cell phone, but there's some sea stacks off in the distance. The light's getting really interesting on these. I'm glad I looked around over my shoulder to see that. Fog coming in from the coast. There's my picture. There I am, checking it out constantly. I was at this all the time watching the exposures. Not quite so windy there. Squinty-eyed concentration. Wow. Always look over your shoulder, look behind you to see what's there. Amazing place. This shows me just how tiny I am on the speck of the universe. Really helps me to contemplate where I'm going and everything, to reevaluate my situation in life, maybe see what I'm doing. I'm constantly thinking about going back to shooting film, maybe even black and white film. The digital thing, well, it gives me a lot of freedom. Wow, look at this, the light on these rocks and the fog and the mist and everything, and the motion of the water. I heartily recommend a tour of the outports, the coastline of Newfoundland, to see all the rocks. It's something you won't see anywhere else, I think, as far as I know, traveling across Canada, east to west. Well, after a great night's sleep, we're back up here again. It's the sunrise coming up. I'm getting ready to try some unique exposures. Hopefully we'll get something totally different from yesterday. Too dark. Now you can see I've got the blinkies showing us the sky is blowing out, and also a little bit of blinkies in the shadows. We're blocking up the shadows, so I'm going to have to make some exposures. Here's an HDR right out of the camera. This is something we can work with. There's one of the brighter exposures. Sky is blowing out in there. What a day. It's just beautiful. I'm so glad to be here. Wonderful view. The sun's getting brighter and it's getting more colorful. The birds are waking up a little bit too. I haven't got exactly the daytime exposure that I want to get just yet, but I'm working on it. This is looking pretty good. I think this is the in-camera HDR right there, and we're not blowing out at either end. Everything looks just fine. There, now that's what we're looking for. Lots of detail in the highlights and in the shadows. Now I'm going to try a 5 exposure HDR shot. We'll have to do this in software. And there you go. I'm pretty happy with that. It was a great project over 2 days here. The sun's coming up now. Look at this. The sun's just up high enough to light up these rocks. I'm so glad I looked over my shoulder to see this happening. So beautiful. I'm just delighted to be here. Wonderful light on the rocks. Now it's a bit of a drive down this road to get here, and it's pretty rough, but once you get here it's only like a 10-minute hike and you're at the edge of the world. Look at these rocks, my goodness, so beautiful. So happy to see this sky. Now it would have been nice if we had a really bright sunrise, but this is what we got. You know, we have to deal with what's there. See the birds flying around, lots of action there. And the sounds, it was just beautiful. It was so good to be here, so restful and peaceful. And there's the chimney. I don't know how many pictures I took of that, but it was a lot. So many different exposures. Look at this view. I mean, my goodness. The view there is worth the trip alone. It's just so beautiful. Look at the color there. Wowee. I'm just loving it. What a beautiful view. My goodness. There's the sea spires. All different effects that we put on here. I don't know which one we're going to settle with, but I'm so glad we were here. And we've got a lot more pictures to go. We've got quite a while to be on the road yet. We're going to have a wonderful trip. So excited. Well, thanks for visiting Bella's Vistas. Don't forget to come back real soon.